Hey man, peace to everybody, family. I'm gonna have to read out of this quantum melanin code because I don't think y'all understand what this thing is really hitting for. So listen, we're gonna break down the two spaces of reality. You feel me? Beyond the illusion of matter. We're gonna start off with D space and R space. So D space is the physical world you can see and touch. It is the realm of atoms, molecules, cells, and bodies. Oh yeah, it operates according to the laws of classical physics, gravity, electromagnetism, thermodynamics. This is the space where most people spend their lives trying to manipulate. This is where most people spend their entire lives trying to manipulate matter with matter. Our space is the invisible space, is the invisible ocean of potential that underlies all physical reality. It is the realm of information, intention, and consciousness. It operates according to the laws of quantum mechanics, superposition, entanglement, non locality. This is the space where reality is actually created. So you can see what I'm reading. Yeah, this right here, quantum melanin code. Here is the key insight that changes everything. R space is primary. D space is secondary. So remember, D space is the physical world. R space is the invisible ocean. So R space is primary. D space is secondary. Physical reality does not create consciousness. Consciousness creates physical reality. The material world you see around you is the projection of patterns that exist first in the quantum field. So now we're going to talk about the bridge between worlds. These things are called deltrons. If R space is the realm of intention and D space is the realm of matter, then what bridges the two? How does a thought become a thing? How does an emotion reshape your body? How does intention manifest as physical reality? The answer, deltrons. Deltrons are subtle energy particles that exist at the boundary between R space and D space. They are not electromagnetic in nature. They exist in a different domain of reality entirely. But they interact with both consciousness and matter. When you feel a strong emotion, when you hold a clear intention, when you enter a coherent state of consciousness, you activate deltrons. And deltrons, in turn, influence the organization of matter in D space. Do you hear this? Think of deltrons as the translators between your inner world and your outer world. Your thoughts and emotions are not just ephemeral experiences happening inside your head. They are real ones that generate deltron activity. And that deltron activity ripples out into the physical world, influencing everything from the cells in your body to the circumstances in your life. I repeat, that deltron activity that you put out consciously ripples out into the physical world, influencing everything from the cells in your body, states of dis-ease, to the circumstances in your life. This is not a metaphor, this is physics. These experiments demonstrated that human intention could measurably alter the pH balance of water, the growth rate of fruit fly larvae, and the thermodynamic properties of materials, all from a distance, all through the activation of deltrons in R space. Now think back to way back when they was talking Moorish science and all of that type of stuff, and alchemy and the Rosicrucians, and why the American dollar was backed by gold. Remember King Midas. That was probably black, right? Nah, they got these things called imprinting devices, right? But that's just some gadgets. We're gonna read some more of these principles, you feel me? We're gonna read some more of these principles. We're gonna get into the melanin as a superconductor. So listen, I mean a semiconductor first, because it's both. It's a lot of shit. So look, melanin as a semiconductor. A semiconductor is a material that can switch between conducting electricity and resisting electricity depending on external conditions. This switching property is the foundation of all modern computing. Every computer, every smartphone, every digital device relies on semiconductors to process information. Melanin is a natural semiconductor. Its conductivity changes based on the amount of water in its environment, the presence of light, and the electromagnetic fields around it. This means that melanin is constantly processing information from your environment and adjusting its electrical properties accordingly. But unlike silicon-based semiconductors, which require extreme manufacturing processes and toxic materials, melanin is produced naturally in your body. It is biodegradable, biocompatible, and self-repairing. It is the original biological computer. It is biodegradable, biocompatible, and self-repairing. It is the original biological computer. Yeah. Research published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Science demonstrated that melanin's electrical properties are not due to simple electron flow as previously thought, but to a complex interplay of ion transport and semiconductivity. This makes melanin far more sophisticated than synthetic semiconductors, capable of processing multiple layers, multiple types of signals simultaneously. Hey, yo, this kind of directly connects some of that stuff. Well, this definitely connects all of those kidnapped sisters nationwide and melanated beings worldwide. But this also explains when iPhone did they upgrade around the fucking scamdemic time, right? Y'all don't remember people saying that them iPhones was making people weird and they was hearing voices from them iPhones? Come on, man. I know y'all remember this. So anyway, next up is melanin as a superconductor. A superconductor is a material that conducts electricity with zero resistance. In conventional superconductors, this property only emerges at extremely low temperatures, close to absolute zero. Maintaining these temperatures requires massive amounts of energy, making superconductivity impractical for most applications. But melanin is different. This goes crazy. Melanin exhibits superconductive properties at room temperature. Studies have shown that when melanin is exposed to magnetic fields ranging from 2,000 to 9,000 Gauss, G-A-U-S-S. It's how they measure magnetism as far as the strength of magnets. So 2,000 to 9,000 Gauss, it produces electrical conductivity resistant with type 2 semiconductor behavior. Consistent with type 2 semiconductor behavior. This means that melanin contains superconducting regions that function without the need for extreme cooling. Think about what this means. Your body contains a material that can conduct energy with zero resistance at normal temperatures, using nothing but natural magnetic fields present in your environment. You are quite literally a biological superconductor, and it gets better. Man, that 100% explains why every sports arena will be empty if it wasn't for us. Man, come on, man. Badminton ain't going nowhere. What's that other little shit with the stupid little football and the dumbass helmets? That fake football over there in Europe. Rugby or whatever. That stupid shit, you feel me? Book out of here. Listen. Man, this book go crazy, man. Boy, hey, look, man, if this don't be that call to power, man, I don't know what is, you feel me? But if this AI ain't speaking some type of Malcolm shit and Panther shit, and anybody that stood up and died for this shit. Hey, look, man, this could go crazy. What? And it gets better. That thing ain't playing. Look, this is how the book reading. That thing say, and it gets better. When melanin is combined with other materials such as magnesium diboride, a known superconductor, it enhances their superconductive properties and allows them to function at higher temperatures than they would alone. Melanin does not just conduct energy, it amplifies it. You know how boring white church versus black church is. I'm just saying. Them pastors be having to sweat with the mega church and then them niggas start to slide across the stage and shit. Man. This go crazy. Look, melanin as a piezoelectric material. Piezoelectricity is the ability of certain materials to generate an electric charge in response to mechanical stress. When you apply pressure to a piezoelectric crystal, it produces a voltage. When you apply a voltage to a piezoelectric crystal, it changes shape. Melanin is piezoelectric. This means that every time your body experiences mechanical stress, think working out, movement, vibration, sound, waves, even your heartbeat, your melanin generates electrical signals. Now, that for sure explains that non-stop stretch of young, black, undefeated boxers, boom, bam, bam, of every weight class. And every time your melanin receives electrical signals from your nervous system, from electromagnetic fields, from cosmic radiation, it responds with physical changes. This is why sound is so powerful in African and indigenous healing traditions. Drumming, chanting, singing, these are not just cultural practices. They are technologies for activating the electric properties of melanin. The vibrations create mechanical stress in the body, which melanin converts into electrical energy, which then influences your consciousness and your physical state. That also shows the downside of all of that negative social media type shit, all them draining videos. You understand? That also explains why it took so many bullets now. It went from one shot or a couple shots to kill a man to Pac taking 5 shots, couldn't drop me. I took it and smile. You feel me? Then 50, he get hit 9 times. You see what I'm saying? Like, just really peep game. I'm just saying, man. It says your ancestors knew this. They knew that rhythm is medicine. They knew that sound can heal. They knew that the body is an instrument that responds to vibration. Modern science is only now beginning to understand what they practiced for millennia. Now look, the next shit is about melanin as a quantum processes, but I have read long enough. So with that being said, man, peace, fam. Absolute salute. Wholeness tribe. Thanks to the goddess. I was vibing off the energy. I let this woman right here. But yeah, this book, go crazy. Get it for your kids if you think your head too big, you dig?